Alright, so recently I just disassembled a dehumidifier and salvaged it for parts. This is all that I got really that was useful. There's a big old propeller fan that looks like this. Very cool, probably never going to use it though. It's probably about 240 volts to run it, and I don't really want to run a death cable into my fan that I just acquired. I got some rheostats, one particular rheostat over here, makes a nice little satisfying clicky sound. I think there's about 4 different settings that you can set it to. It's not really a rheostat, it's more just a switch. A multiple choices switch. Sounds pretty cool, turns pretty cool. Looks not bad, might use that sometime in the future. Not sure, I'd have to desolder it first. Also got this little relay board over here for switching stuff on and off. Not sure what it was meant to switch on and off, but 24 volt relay could be useful. Might salvage the resistor and these 2 little electrolytics, possibly even this cap here, this capacitor. Probably not going to bother with the diodes or the little baby resistors. Might do that though, I'm not sure. Also got this weird looking turny thing. I think it's a rheostat, I'm not really sure. It's just got 1 wire coming out of it and that's it. Yeah. Next is this proper rheostat. It might actually just be a switch, I'm not sure. It sounds like it's just a switch, because you can turn it and you hear it click just once. Could be a rheostat, it's probably a rheostat to be honest. I don't know why they'd have a turny thing like this and just have it be a switch. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And by far the coolest thing that I found, the most interesting thing that I found that looks the nicest and the most aesthetically pleasing is this heating ring. So it's just a bunch of asbestos paper with nichrome wire coming out all along here. 2 different runs of nichrome wire. Nichrome wire is pretty useful. You can use it for heating stuff up, making electric matches. Yeah, it's just wire that gets really hot, basically is all. So yeah, cool heating wire, and that's everything that I salvaged from a dehumidifier. So a dehumidifier doesn't really have much inside it. This is pretty much all you're going to get from disassembling a dehumidifier. There's also a few other parts, but you can't really use them. There's a compressor, which has a motor in it, I imagine, but it's hooked up to a heatsink. And I don't know if you call it a heatsink. It's like a big series of pipes that go through a bunch of cooling fins, which help to cool the water and the air down and harvest it for a dehumidifier. But a bit risky taking it apart. I've heard there's a ton of not very good gas and liquids inside those compressor systems, and you probably don't want to be breathing that sort of stuff in. If you were to puncture a hole in it, could be pretty bad. So yeah, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.